Hello, my friends, and thank you for being with me yet another month. Welcome to all newbies, and invite you to become a subscriber because then you get notified when I'm live, and it gives you opportunity to kind of interact and bring your energy on board. Now, just a few quickie introductions. I still have my annual TAROSCOPES on sale. You get one for only $10 and all of them for $20. And I will continue during the April to have my speed up promotion. I am working very hard to kind of catch up with this, but for you it works that instead of like 3-4 weeks, now you're upgrading automatically to a week. So regular reading is becoming rush, and rush reading, which was 7 days, is becoming urgent. So from 7 to 3, and the urgent reading is not more 3 days, it is like 24 hours. So it's kind of awesome. I am doing my best, if you do the order for urgent before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to actually do it the same day. But then again, sometimes I have to go and see my dad and I'm not at home. So but at that stage I'm going to send you an email saying the timeline for the urgent ones. Now guys, this is all there is. We still have Mercury Retrograde until the 15th, and then another 3 weeks for the shadow. So yay. How is your car going? How is your phone? Is it slow? Is your computer slow? What broke down? And I really hope it is not affecting you as much as it's affecting me. In any case, I'll be doing just regular tarot monthly, and then of course it's going to be revolving then to Lenormand and X spread shortly thereafter. Thank you guys very much, and please like, subscribe, and share this video, and you know that I love you. Hello Libra, and welcome to your April monthly. So I'll be telling you the cards that you have as I go along, because not everybody is familiar with my pretty kitty deck. So the base energy, it is Sky King reversed. Sky King is sort of a bad judge. Think about Judge Judy. Somebody who just has their way, and it cannot take, especially not softness, in account. You know, sometimes people fall because, I don't know, they're just not strong enough. But this is not working for this person, because look, everybody has to be very regimented. So I'm really wondering why this energy is popping up, because actually this also is Libra energy, and it's sort of like maybe something kind of not going right. So that kind of like took me kind of like sideways to kind of like think what the heck is going on, because you have here the World card, and this is the center of the reading. Mind you, like this is kind of like reversed, but we're going to get to that. The World card is really good stuff. So what's happening in this kind of situation with the World card? You're really simply going forward. You're kind of like dealing with situations that are good, kind of like feeling sense of accomplishment, right? It is definitely maybe a little bit abstract, kind of like to understand, and even kind of like more difficult to comprehend. Like, what do you mean, like I'm going to the next stage, right? Because in life we know we get the little piece of the paper when we kind of like graduate of something, right? But the secret of the World card is integrity, which kind of has its own rewards, right? So the World tells of someone who has everything together, including, hello Libra, total balance, right? And this is kind of like the peak of attainment, right? And reward for the effort, sort of like glory. You're kind of like being crowned. And it's telling me maybe that you have been sort of maybe debating with yourself as well how to go about this, because this also can represent Libra, and it's kind of like Libra on a bad day when you go right, and but you're saying to yourself, you know what, maybe you're simply getting everything out in the open. You're saying all words, everything, let's put it out, let's see what I need to deal with. This is kind of moving to the next stage. It literally can be moving, and moving is not a good idea during Mercury retrograde unless you have planned it while back, etc., etc. So this is crossed with this. It looks like you had a situation, and maybe this is something that you sharply cut off. That was a situation of trying to understand how to work together, and it kind of looks like you're kind of moving away from it. Something you concluded is not workable, or maybe it is you who don't want to work it out. This also could be in a family. So this was a 3 of Pentacles, and now this is 10 of Earth, or 10 of Pentacles, also reversed. Right? It looks like you have spent some time thinking how to go about it. Kind of like Safi, kind of leave me alone. It's Sunday. I need to sleep. I need to rest. And it's that extra energy that looks like has been kind of like burning you down. But it's getting to the point of, again, kind of like figuring out what is important. So what and who is family for you? 10 of Earth, guys, is definitely a very complex card. It talks about, yes, very much like this one, shift to the next level. Something is kind of like moving forward. And this way, it says like issues in the family. So I do have to say, given that, you know, I'm doing this before Easter, I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those uncles, right, who's behaving weirdly, and you're going to point a finger, and instead of kind of accomplishing, it's going to get much bigger than it is. Maybe you will be told, how can you do that? So be careful about that. It could be some kind of like family issue over there. If you're married, then this would tell me there are some kind of issues in this marriage. For some reason, maybe it could be even a legal process. Maybe it could be the third person that kind of is putting their feet in it, right? Now you have this fire kitten, and I really like it. It's kind of like you have quite a bit of fire here. Look at this. Fire kitten, fire Tom, and then you have fire queen. 2 of these fellows are reversed. So is it a couple that is not together? Oops. Or is it a couple? Ugh. See, lazy. I have Libra in me too. I can get lazy. Fire kitten is like sort of like curiosity. Look at him. His tail is like smoking, because kind of like I'm so focused on what I'm doing, and get me, and this is like something that is happening very fast. When you see this card, literally is like phone call, hey, get together for coffee right now, I have no time, we're not planning, let's go. It is like action, 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 let's go kind of a thing. But it's going to slow down, or it's going to kind of like be missed or go aside because of Mercury retrograde. It could be you guys. Look at this. 2 of Swords and 2 of Sky. Reverse talks about inability to reach decision, or kind of like sitting on the fence. Literally, the card is, which way do I go? It's almost like the crossroads card, but it is really definitely air sign card, because air signs kind of like really think a lot, and especially you Libra, like you are continuously trying to be in balance and wondering, how do I get in balance? What do I need to do to get balance? And so on and so forth. It could be that you kind of like maybe even organize your life so things can happen. Maybe because like I'm seeing lots of finalization, unwilling to finalize. You literally are sort of like trying to move in the next phase of something, whatever this is. Whether you have the new exercise routine, whether you want to date again, whether you're starting a new job, whatever it is, there is like some initiative but I really think it's a very, very starting stages, because you still don't have the final goal, and you are still rejecting all the kind of like options and all the opportunities given to you. It almost looks like you are waiting for someone. You have the floating cat over here, and the floating cat and 9 of C over here are telling me that there is like sort of like some kind of like wish you have sent to the universe, and it almost like looks like it's calling someone, whether it is summoning the perfect mate, or trying to get your partner to return, or trying to fix situation, because I really see that for some of you situation needs to be fixed, and maybe you feel it is beyond fixing. So this kind of like is telling me that somebody really doesn't want to see your perspective. It is very painful for you guys to kind of like even coexist in such situation. You kind of like, entire Libra concept is give and take, and you're more than willing to give and give and give. But if you feel that somebody just like, instead of just being motivated on their own to do something, even if they give you back but you have to ask for it, this is a minus too, definite minus, right? So you because you're air sign, because you kind of go through these mental processes, you're doing lots of thinking about how to deal with this kind of thing. So almost looks like you are getting in balance, but things around you are not. And this is really good because you're able to sort of look at it that way and comprehend it that way. Now, you guys are now in the opposite sign of yours, which means your energy is naturally very low. It's kind of like being on the bottom of that wheel, right? So that's the floating cat falling down, the world card, sort of like it's actually the perfect moment to start growing and start on that cycle. Looks like to me you still are very tired. Maybe you're like thinking also, when Fire Queen kind of like reverses, this is either somebody vain or somebody who can be very much what you can do for me kind of a thing. And I absolutely love her necklace over here. But look at this. Generally, this is the person who kind of like brings sparks. Whatever she is, like there is action and sort of like movie star kind of like quality, even in the ordinary people. The trajectory is there, sort of like maybe few things, whether let's fake it till you make it, or you know what, you know, I don't know what I want. There's like definitely lack of focus. But these two fellows are definitely kind of interesting to me because there is some kind of connection here. Why is this fire getting extinguished over here for some, while for others is turning on? This also could mean that somebody from the past is going to return, and that person is going to make a whole bunch of promises, and you're going to kind of like measure them up to a higher standard, because it looks like that some of you Libras have been to the grinder and you're saying, oh, you know, you better prove it to me that kind of like certain things are moving in an inappropriate direction. So generally I do see two things that are really main theme here in your reading. A burnout, absolutely, the burnout is there. But I also see intention placed. And intention is really important. Placed to the universe. Kind of, I am good. I am moving forward. I will succeed. And it's kind of like stepping up, going to the next level. This is the sign of strength. You're doing that in spite of your own exhaustion, in spite of the environment, and in spite of people who don't seem to get you. So this is the true sign of confidence, if you really want my 2 cents. So I really want to see this. What kind of decision is like weighing really heavily on your shoulders? And what's this going on over here? So let me see. Libra for April. Libra for April 2018. Messenger did fall on this one, but I did want it to kind of go into Two of Sky. So I think it's connected. Maybe you have been waiting for some kind of message, or you had to give a message. Maybe you had to give some kind of answer regarding something, right? Let's get one more there. There you go. Look, you know, maybe there is like certain sense of, it says melancholy. Melancholy could be sadness. It could be thinking of how things were. And I guess this change that you want to have, you want to do it properly. You're also thinking possibly how you communicate with others and try different things, because you guys are Libra. After all, you are the master communicator of the air signs. So let's see what is going on here. What are you trying to communicate to this people or person? Just cannot really comprehend. This also is in the same spot, I believe, as Virgo. The Hangman is generally a great card. It's sort of like telling us that it's not everything about us. The sacrifices are needed, and sometimes the sacrifices are going to be so good that we are going to actually enjoy it. So that's, for example, happens when you sacrifice your singlehood because you want to be married and you want to have children, and then you cannot have the free time and run around, even though some people want to eat their cake and have it too, and we know how that story ends. So this is kind of the case over here, where, you know, you kind of like assumed or hoped that somebody is going to kind of come to this realization, try to see things differently. But they're kind of like telling the story, possibly, yes, I know it, but the action stays the same as before. So you don't see the evidence of any kind of like meaningful change happening. So let me see that floating kitty over there. You know, this could be about somebody who either had too much of a good time, just as I was saying. You have pleasure seekers and you have thief, or it was a third party, and you sort of like really put somebody on the notice. Look, this is a no-go. And I guess that's maybe this harshness was because you're air sign. It is very easy for you to draw the line in the sand, and you're just saying to yourself, yeah, you know, whatever it is, this is not in my best possible interest, unless this person really gets what it is, and then I have something to deal with. And maybe this is why coupling stays unrealized, because your criteria hasn't been met. And I'm pretty sure you're being told you have high criteria, but I think you're right on target, to be honest with you. So look at this reunion. It was the dreams about reunion. So yes, it was about splitting from someone, definitely. And it could be that somebody else was involved in the situation. So let me see these kind of like court cards here. Consolation. Hopes and fears that somebody does come back, but they want to come back. And they want to present themselves as, I am the best thing you can actually have. And like, I mean, and you're like speechless, because like, what is there to say to that kind of like stupidity, basically, right? Says, okay, you know what, like, whatever. Let me see this Queen of Wands. I guess she would not be impressed. Yeah, she would say, okay, almost, look at this, is awesome. That's exactly what I was imagining in my mind's eye. It's sort of like this look, you know, when a cat gives you a look, you're trying to give them, you know, some toy that they don't like. It would be like, what? I don't think so. And you're going to call their shots. And this is also telling me that if you're dealing with this other person who is kind of like trying to re-enter the scene, and you want it, there is like no doubt about it. You want it, but you do have sort of admission form, and unless they pass that test, admission test, they're not making it. And they're telling you they passed. They're telling you they've seen the wrongs of their ways. They're telling you how wonderful you are, how much they suffered. I don't want to see this 9 of C here. I mean, it's kind of like tough situation, because on emotional level you really want to believe in that. On a mental level you're saying prove it to me, and mental level, and you're going to be continuously kind of like waging between these two things. So let me see this, like 9 of C. Yeah, you know, it's somebody kind of like put their feet in this kind of like mix, whatever it is. Somebody kind of like took the process off the rails. It could be a family member that did that, or it could be that somebody wanted to grab everything for themselves, which sort of like in a third-party situation is like, you just cannot do that. But if you're single, that simply could mean that currently meeting people is going to be a little bit challenging, because they could have other options. They could maybe have somebody they're like sort of like betting, friends with benefits, definitely all over the place. Also, you guys could be sort of like going for that kind of arrangement, so use protection and be careful of a whole bunch of STDs out there. Sorry to be a mom, but you know, sometimes you regret when it's too late to regret. So my dear Libra, hopefully you kind of enjoyed this, and this is a general reading. Let me repeat that again. So for your private reading, please contact me at cattarot.ca. I have the specials that I announced in the beginning, so check it out. But most importantly, I would love to see you subscribe and like and share, because this kind of like really intrigues me to move forward. But comments are not only kind of like great for me to see your feedback, but I see how actually other people benefit out of your comment, and you never know where you are going to be that important person in other person's life. So I would really hope you guys do that. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and until the next time, Libra, all the best.